Welcome everyone to Cash Forex Group Trinidad And Tobago's Grand Launch Digitization 2020. My name is Sion Lazar, and let me introduce the speakers for today. Mr. Keenan Monroe, Mr. Keyshawn Vane, Mr. Eustace Warner, and the man himself, Mr. Stanley Hoyt. I joined this company in November of last year, and to date, I could proudly say that I'm a proud member of this company. This company has done a lot for me during this year 2020, the year of COVID-19. I joined this company, I would say, as a network marketing skeptic, a person that didn't want to hear anything about network marketing. And to date, I can proudly say that I'm a network marketing professional. I may be a little green because I only have 12 months experience in the business so far, but my exploits to date are on a different level. So I started at a 2,000 USD contract in November, and I'm now at a 100,000 USD contract. Simply because I understood what I was a part of and I put my energy into it. And today, people, I can say that for one time in our lifetime, we have a company that is transparent, that is totally validated, that is totally functional and is working for the common man. I can stand I could sit now and say that for sure, that we have something that is working for each and every citizen in Trinidad and Tobago. The idea of this launch here is to make this company, this opportunity available for each and every citizen. Our plan is to digitize every household in Trinidad and Tobago. We want to make this passive stream of income available to every person in Trinidad and Tobago. So, a bit about my story. As I told you, started at 2,000 USD, I'm at 100,000 USD now. I have a team of people that I work along with. I'm not a friendly person at all, but now I'm forced to be that type of person because it caused me to develop. So what I want to say is this: there are a lot of different companies all over the place. They're getting calls from England, they're getting calls from all over the world to join passive type investments, digital type investments. We are saying right now in Trinidad and Tobago, we have Cash Forex Group. These are the faces behind the business, real people. We have no criminal records, and we know what we are doing, most importantly. So people, you have something that you can feel, you can see, you can touch. So Cash Forex Group, people, what it did for me is put me in a position where I can feel financially free. I earn on different levels of this business. The most powerful part of this business is the passive earning side, where you just purchase a contract and earn on this contract daily. That is what attracted me to this business. The network marketing aspect of it, I got total mentorship. My hand was held, and I was taken through the journey of network marketing by my colleague here, my business partner, my mentor, Keyshawn Vane. The other members on the table here, I have gotten a lot of information when it comes to finances, because my skill set, my knowledge base is in oil and gas, health and fitness. I knew nothing about Bitcoin and all these things prior to getting involved in this. So I'm learning while I'm in this space. So there are a lot of people that I would have told about the business, and they say, oh, yeah, I have no time with Bitcoin, but I have no time with cryptocurrency. I focus on my job. Right now, people, I'm saying we become still employed, we are in a position where we do not know what our employer's next moves are. We don't know. I could go to work tomorrow and we could get locked. And they say, people, that's it. That's the reality. There are a lot of people that have lost their jobs. So we are saying that we have a digital asset here. We have an asset that can add value to people in the midst of global crisis. For the years thus far, we have earned 313% profit. That's how much profit we have earned so far, January to now. That's how much I have earned so far in this business. And I'm proud to say that I am happy that I made a decision to become a part of this business. I am proud. This is my first venture in network marketing. Before this, I wanted to hear nothing about network marketing, because in my mind it was just an annoying type person trying to sell me an overpriced product. Now I'm in a position where I am willing to tell people about what I'm a part of, because what I'm doing, I'm now in a position to add value to others. That is my passion. That is my purpose. I want to help others. So everyone that is a part of my organization at my level 1, they are people that I know. They are my friends and family, the people I would have called before this launch. They are people that I care about. And I want them to get the same experience that I would have gotten in this business. So people, I say, Sam the Lord, our ship is here to say, what's in the midst of madness? COVID-19 affected everyone, businesses, companies, you name it, everyone, individuals have been affected by COVID. The owners of this company, Mr. Oscar Lopez and Mr. Edwin Abad, I hold these men in high esteem. The same esteem I would hold Mr. Stanley Boyton, because he's the person that brought this business to Trinidad And Tobago. The same esteem I would hold Mr. Kishon Vane, because he's the one that introduced me to the business. Had I not been involved in this business, I do not know what my position would be right now. So I'm speaking to you, person to person. I'm sitting in a humble position to say that for once, we have something that you can become a part of and not pay a monthly subscription and earn on it daily. And you're earning cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. The current value of Bitcoin, 23,000 USD to 1. That's what it hit this week here. 23,000 USD for 1 Bitcoin. While our fiat currency is depreciating in value, we are involved in an asset that is rising in value. I'm in a proud place right now, people, because remember I told you, I started off at dunce in this space. I am learning from these people. I'm in a humble position and I'm learning. So I am just here to validate that what I'm a part of is real. I know there are a lot of different options out there. There are people that are involved in this, that are involved in many other things as well. This is what I do. This is what I choose to do. This is where I build. So people, that's my contribution. What I want to do now is hand over the call to a man that basically guided me. Thus far we met on a level of alignment that I can't even explain. We met through a different type of business. But lo and behold, while he was explaining his business to some other people, I happened to overhear him. No, overhearing him and also telling him before all of that, hey, I'm not involved in this sharing thing with people, you know, this two to get two and sign up people thing. I'm not involved with that, you know, big man. You know, because when I watch a person, I see looking a little snarty, you know. So, but I said, you know what, let me go to this meeting and let me, you know. So I went to this seminar and then we had a follow-up meeting. When I went there, he was explaining the business to some other people. And I was sitting at the side listening, and I heard him saying, a broker that trades on your behalf with over 25 years experience, up to 3% returns. I said, what are you hearing here? But this can't be real, because people, once upon a time I thought I was a trader. I lost a whole set of money. I was looking for the first bus to run in front of to collect quickly, because losing money never feels right. So I said, Mr. Vane, tell me more about this business. And I signed up as soon as the credit union could have given me my money. I signed up immediately. What I experienced after was receiving a faster bonus. When I received that, I was more confused. It was like, why am I getting money that I don't know what to do to get this? What I did was share with someone, and I got a faster bonus. So I said, Mr. Vane, explain this faster bonus to me. What is this? He said, Sion, this is multi-level marketing. It's a compensation plan. You share, you get rewarded. I say, so? From that day, people said, no, I've never stopped sharing. All I do is share. Because it makes sense. I add value to you, and I get a return. So he is the person that took his money, took a plane, and went to Panama City to validate that what I'm speaking about here right now is real. So I'm not talking out of the internet and pictures I saw and videos. He went across there, met with the CEOs, Mr. Oscar Lopez, Mr. Edwin Abad. He met with the traders, the 4 traders with over 25 years experience. He met them. He went into the mega trade center, the trade center that they use to trade on our behalf. He met everyone and he validated that the office that they say they have in Panama, the brick and mortar shop there, that it is there. So, I operate in full confidence when it comes to Cash Forex Group. Full confidence. This gentleman has 8 years experience now in network marketing, so he qualifies to teach me about network marketing. And so far, I ain't doing so bad. Right? So, He's also an expert in finance, so he understands finance. So people, what I want to do now is introduce you to the man himself, Mr. Keyshawn Darren Vane.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, friends and family members. I want to give my brother a round of applause because you would swear he has been involved in this industry for years. I mean, could you imagine that level of conviction and passion coming from someone who was just introduced to this industry roughly about 12 months ago? But firstly, let me take time to thank the Almighty for bringing this group of gentlemen together. Because this group, when you get to understand the minds that is sitting right now in front of your camera, you ought to recognize and understand that we're going to transcend the opportunity that we are sitting here and we are sharing to you today. Because the group that is sitting before you, friends, in my humble opinion, is godlike with regard to alignment. This didn't happen by chance in my humble opinion, and we are here to impact lives beyond the brand that we represent today. So a bit about my story for the persons who are listening to this for the first time. As Mr. Lazar rightfully said, I've been involved in the space for the past 8 years, and just to further validate his position, he is at a 100,000 USD contract. What does that suggest to you? Let me tell you what that means. In under 9 months, he started with a 2,000 USD contract and he got to 100,000 USD. In TT currency, that's over 7 figures. Mr. Lazar is a practical example of the ability for the average person who knows nothing about nothing to succeed in just under 9 months. And let's not forget, those 9 months would have been in the midst of global crisis. Obviously, we're talking about COVID-19. Could you imagine someone with no experience having that level of success in under 9 months? Let me tell you this, my friends, it's not just about the opportunity, because I've shared the opportunity of Cash Forex Group with many persons before Mr. Lazar. But he's a symbol and an example of humility. He is someone who is willing and has a desire to apply himself to principle, because his success is nothing short of his humility to follow those that went before. And I mean, let me just give you some stats. Mr. Lazar could have said, Mr. Vane, you're probably a couple years younger than I am. Why should I listen to you? His steps forward to success again highlights what I consider to be servant leadership, my friends. He's not building alone, he's building with a community of persons, and because of him, hundreds of persons are now making hands-free money every single day, paid every single Saturday like clockwork. You all know the story. So jumping right into my personal story, I got involved specifically because of the man that brought the opportunity to me, Mr. Stanley Hoyt. I've been involved in business with Mr. Hoyt prior to Cash Forex Group, and let me tell you this, in our small circle, we normally say, once Mr. Hoyt says so, guess what? It's so. He gave me a call, he told me about the opportunity to make hands-free money, and I gave him my money without any intentions in building a brand. No intentions of building any brand at all. At that point in time, my interest was building my other business. So I gave him the money, I walked away. Now as fate had it, as I tell persons all the time, emails started hitting my phone. And I started getting notifications of hands-free money. I've been an entrepreneur for the past 8 years. I understand hands-free money, and most importantly, the percentages. When I saw that on my phone, you know, I had to give Mr. Hoyt a call, right? I said, sir, I'm seeing money here generating, and at that point in time, no idea as to what was creating the revenue. When I gave him the call, well, when you get to hear from him tonight, you would realize very, very humble guy and jovial. He laughing on the next side of the line. And he said, Keyshawn, I've been expecting you to give me a call. So said, so done. I paid him a visit so that I could understand the nuts and bolts, the nuggets behind what was creating the revenue. And after meeting with him at home, I went back to my home, went to my Google search engines and validated everything that he said online. This is when my interest started to peak. In my research, I saw that the company was having their grand global launch, Panama City, November the 10th, 2019. Because I've been around the block, friends, I've seen many opportunities and missions and vision casted by some of those that we consider to be leaders in the industry and network marketing, and most times, no avail, right? No avail. So I'm thinking within myself, Kishore, if you're going to get involved in this venture, ensure you do as much diligence as you can. As Mr. Lazar rightly highlighted, I took a trip, I went to Panama City. The major reason for me going Panama City is to ensure that this opportunity is all that they promoted it to be. So yes, I was able to meet Mr. Lopez, meet Mr. Abad. I was able to walk through the mega trading center that they built, which today the company owns, one of the largest trading centers in the Latin America space. That is huge. That's a distinction in my humble opinion. For the first time in the history of the world, the average person on a global scale, more specific to Trinidad and Tobago, gets to earn money the same way those large-scale corporations, financial institutions, earn money from the comfort of their home. Average people, friends. So the product that we're going to share with you, and we're not going to go too much into it, is ancient. But for the first time, the average person gets to earn money entirely hands-free from the Forex market, from the comfort of your home, without redirecting any time. What is the nature of that product? Purchasing a contract and just watching your money grow. Entirely hands-free. The company's commitment is to double the size of your contract while you just sit and watch that money grow. Legitimacy. Let me dive into legitimacy. And there's one word when you're going to validate legitimacy. That word is EverFX. Full stop. EverFX. If you're looking right now, feel free to go to your Google search engines and type up EverFX. Why? They are our legal broker. While I was in Panama City, I heard directly from the representative, the EverFX representative, as to the capacity and the magnitude that they function at on a global scale. Friends, to date, they are one of the fastest, largest growing brokers in all of the European market, all of the Arabic world. They have been able to serve titans on a global scale as customers. We're talking about companies like Alibaba, trillion-dollar corporation, companies like Berkshire Hathaway, billion-dollar conglomerate, companies like Chevron, another billion-dollar organization. These are the types of clients they have been able to serve prior to going in business with CFX. What does that tell you? One, they're very well experienced, but not just that, they would have done their due diligence on our CEOs, Mr. Oscar Lopez, Mr. Edward Abad. They would have done diligence on our pro traders, which collectively has over 25 years experience. They would have done diligence on the company's structure. And after doing that, they found it fit to publicly amalgamate their brand globally with Cash Forex Group. What does that tell me? Let me tell you what that tells me. They are at a position to do much more research than myself as an average individual that doesn't really understand Forex to the capacity that they do. And as a result of that, if they could do it, then I could too. More than likely, you may share the same opinion. So we are 100% compliant because of our broker, EverFX. So when a contract is bought, the money goes through CashFX and it goes then to EverFX. That's big, friends. That is huge. Mr. Hoyt brought to my awareness a video that everyone who is on looking right now ought to take a look at. And that's a video with the EverFX representative highlighting the significance of their licenses. They are fully regulated. So once money goes through the medium of CashFX, that money is then held by the broker. In that video, the EverFX representative raised the question because a lot of persons were giving them calls, touching base with them on social media. A lot of persons were asking, are you all publicly involved with CashFX? We know the answer to that, right? But one of the questions they highlighted is what happens to my money in the instant something goes wrong with CashFX? And that's a good question for everyone to ask. No problem. Before you ask that question, allow me to give you the answer. Go and take a look at the video. Why? Because in the video, what they highlight is they are fully regulated. And of course, regulations in the finance world, in the Forex world, comes with what? An assurance that your money is safe, like, in my opinion, Selassie briefcase. So we are really impacting families all around the country to the tune of thousands right now. We are going to be going regional right now, friends, and we are operating 100% legal because of the collaboration between CashFX and FFX, and we are running. Yeah. Additional to that, let me just give you all some stories, friends. We have persons to the tune of thousands that right now they pay their bills with CFX money. Food on their table, CFX money. Gas in the car, CFX money. Mortgages, CFX money. I even have persons on our team right now that have been purchasing vehicles in the middle of crisis with CFX money. And that's not a hoax, that's factual. I tell people all the time, the proof is in the pudding, because yes, you could sit there and you could speculate, is this real? What Mr. Vane is talking about, can I earn from that? You can. Let me tell you the most powerful part of this platform, friends. It's entirely hands-free. Entirely hands-free. What does that suggest to you? Let me tell you what I am aware of that statement meaning. You don't need to know how to trade. You don't need to learn how to trade. You don't need to leave your job. No need to leave your ministry. No need to leave your family. I tell some of my friends, you don't even need to be smart. You don't even need to be smart. You just need to be smart enough to start. Just smart enough to start. Why? I share this with a couple of friends who society would not consider to be smart simply because they don't have any degrees. But today, in under 1 year, their income would suggest otherwise. Their income would suggest otherwise because a CFX package produces income that supersedes the average income of most educated, qualified persons right here in Trinidad and Tobago. So you don't need to be smart, just smart enough to start. That's my opinion. So this is a small synopsis of what CashFX is doing. It's entirely hands-free. We are fully regulated. We operate from Panama City, and customers earn hands-free money. I know with that said, we have some persons, team members who are on looking right now, and I'm thinking we have them on they're not ready as yet? No? So let's, any time frame or just next speaker? No problem, no problem. So we're having a bit of a technical challenge there. We have some persons who is on Zoom who is supposed to be coming on just to give us some shout outs, right? And in the meantime, what we're actually going to do is we're going to pass on the floor. Now, to my left, of course, you're seeing the sharp guy there in green, yeah? Now, let me tell you this, right? Mr. Monroe is firstly a personal friend of mine, additional to that, a business partner, and there's a very good reason he's sitting here in this room tonight. Most of you all may know him from being on Synergy TV, because he would have his personal talk shows, PAN, People About the Nation. Most of you all as well may have known him from the Black Caucus movement, being the past CEO at that organization, and there's a reason he was involved in those two movements. He's about the people. He's about uplifting as many persons as possible with knowledge that he was able to accumulate in the business world. Over 2 decades of operating in the business space, and not just operating, right? Because I've been around the block. There are persons who operate in the business world, and there are persons who actually have success. This is one of the brothers locally who have had success in the business world locally to the tune of what? Millions. And I say that with a smile because it's about understanding the law of association. We are not here by chance. He is not here by chance. The information he was able to accumulate along the way to the point where he has built a lot of business locally successfully friends. It's insane. And let me mention something that you need to understand. He's a personal friend of mine, but also a mentor. In my journey here, Mr. Monroe would have been the person that gave me some golden nuggets to carry me from step A to step B at a point in time in my journey where I needed that word. I needed to hear the stuff that he shared with me. So I can literally give him kudos and credit for assisting me personally along the way as a personal development coach. He's a personal development coach, yes. So I am one of his success stories. So with that said, I'm going to pass the floor to the man of the moment, the guy in green, somebody I have tremendous respect for, Mr. Monroe.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, y'all. I'll give my number after because this is the marketing for what it is that I do. But firstly, I want to tell you all this. The gentleman just left the room, that's Mr. Sian Lazar. That gentleman, I would like to give him Miss Trisha Assam, Miss Salima, and all the people in the Cash FX group that make this possible. I didn't make this possible, I can tell you. To the fact that I called him the other day, I said, Sian, what I could do, because I was feeling all bad, I was feeling all bad. So I said, Sian, what I could do for you? He said, Mr. Monroe, you just have to show. And that gentleman epitomized what it is to be humble and to work hard and to achieve from the ground up. And I give him real kudos for that. This gentleman here, that is my personal friend, he's a friend, like a son, a brother, everything. And the reason being is because I have seen him from ever since grow, and it's one word this gentleman used to describe him, and I'll teach it as, you ain't trademark it, right? But I'll take it. Integrity. This person epitomizes integrity, professionalism, and you talk about wanting to do good for people, and he inherited that from that gentleman there. Because that man, he's a little short of a saint. Anything more, don't do nothing else, Mr. Stanley Howe, because I can't deal with the halo. That's the only thing left for him. And he wouldn't say things, you know, but I have witnessed personally him helping me and others to the point where yesterday I was moved to tears with a story of things he would do for people. Now this gentleman here, Mr. Eustace Warner, I call him Eustace Einstein Warner. He doesn't know that, but I'm going to rename him. We'll talk about that after too. This is the most genius financial mind I have ever come across, and I can tell you, I consider myself extremely intelligent. And I just take notes when that gentleman speaking. Now that's just a little about the team that I feel privileged, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen that I feel privileged to be associated with. The first time I come across Cash FX is from my friend. He called me, he said, Keenan, you have a... That's fine. I can't get it. I tried, but I don't have it. He said, Keenan, I have something for you. I said, well, he showed his friends, so long family, come. He called, he said, Keenan, I have a product here. This is going to change Trinidad and Tobago. I said, serious? He said, no, I don't. Explain, he said, Keenan, firstly, you bring in somebody, get 15%. I say, oh, no. You see this kind of flowers thing and this thing and thing. I mean, I can't deal with it. I can't sell. I can't sell. I could follow money back. I said, he said, Keenan. I said, all right. He smiled, he kept me, bring me back. He said, Keenan, you know me for years. I said, he said, what if I tell you, you could put your money in something and earn 25% a month? I say, whoa, I mean, you know, drugs thing, I mean, the smile come out, Keenan, you know me? I said, I don't. He said, what if I tell you that you're giving a company and they trade in on your behalf? I said, oh, I tell people get out kind of flowers capital and road capital. All kind of people taking their money now and they want to invest. He said, Keenan. I said, all right, I'm listening. He said, it's a professional company. 20 people, you just hear him explain every effects. Well, as soon as I hear that, I say, Kishan, take my money. Give him, I'm not telling him all my business. I gave him 10,000 US dollars. Also?
Correct, is
all right. And that's trust. because of the individual. You know, next thing is COVID come and happen. Just now my brother make an analogy, and when he said it, click in my head because I was saying that when it happened. I swear COVID percent my hand. Because what is the most unluckiest thing in my mind could ever happen to me? I know, look at do my business, I put money in cash effects, I do COVID-19 come on. So I say, alright. Well now, Kishon is my friend along the while. I send little people in cash effect by doing my business. I have my business start 10 to COVID. All the world shut down in May, June, May, April, all the time. COVID caused stock market to crash, Trinidad crash, everything. I crash, everything crash. June come around. I say, alright. I start to see out the fog here now. I say, I give Kishon up. I say, Kishon, I will check my account. He say, yeah, what do you mean? You check your account? I said, boy, you open nothing yet, you know, truth be told. I mean, I didn't really, I COVID, I say here what? Cash effect say if it is take fall, 0%, I have no money to lose, so I say at least I know my money in there. I say, Kishon, come on, open this up for me. He came, open it up, and I look at it, I say, alright. I say, oh, cash effect ain't bad. I say, but Kishon, I make a 2,000 something here. When I check it, I say about 17,000 in time of COVID. Kishon, I see him watching me with us. What do you mean, boy? I say, well, what do you mean, what I mean? I say, about 12,000, 10,000, and the 2,000. He said, that whole thing is interest. I said, what? I said, so wait, so you telling me I can take all that out? Well, of course, the company taking the percent. I can take all that out. End up with that 10,000. Have a $10,000 package there. Put that on top of that. And make money. One is one. I say, well, take it out, one time. I didn't even have any e-wallet, nothing. Put it in the e-wallet, take it out. When he do that, I start going through all my emails. I realize, witness, every week I get an email. 400. Commission, because I sell little people by him, but me ain't selling people for me. But my brother here putting people under. So I started to see $45, $150, four something. I said, what is this? There's voodoo money? I said, US, US. I could never forget. You see that week that I put in that next 10,000, I could never forget. The figure I had before was 463.90. Wait. That week passed. I pull my thing and I do so I can never forget. I see 949. My mama get blurry after that. I just see 949. I just see dollar sign. I say, Kishon, what is this? And then I get the laugh. One is one. When I realize that is my money compounding. And I realized, well, I started to beat that program like a hardened child. I started petrol. If you watch my bank account in fiat right now, you might put money in it, you know, because it's empty. All my money, I'm putting it in crypto, and let me tell you why. When I started getting information, when I started to see money, I get excited naturally. So I started to pull information. I started to say, what is this? Bitcoin. I said, wait. This Bitcoin thing, this is not government. That's why they're making all this interest, because government can't control it. The next thing I realized, this is my money. When it is you're putting money in some of them thing, them flower thing and the government say, hey, I like what you do with my money. You can't go and say, no, my interest there. No, that is their money. When I look at this, I realize this is my money. Cryptocurrency, it belongs in a system that is outside the fiat currency system. So whatever money you have there, that is yours. That is true digital real estate. This is the first time you own currency in your life. And then I look around and I realize, well, I understand compounding very well. And I'm a businessman, so I started watching the model now. First thing I realized, cash FX is a business. You know what it is. Ask yourself, what you could do with 300 US to start a business now. And in 5 years' time, you just rocking back sleeping, you ain't doing nothing, and you have $100,000. 313% this year. Friends and family, 330%. Men lie, women lie, figures don't. That what you're looking at in CashFX. CashFX is a business. When you're in CashFX, I have employees and I have clients. You want to know who my employees are? These guys. Yeah? The guys on top are my employees because they work for me and they teach me, they hold my hand and carry me so that I can then work for someone below my downline and help them and improve them. And that is the networking. CashFX is just one aspect of what you're buying into, you know. Because when you come into this, the kind of support you're getting, the culture that these extraordinary gentlemen created, I must commend them. And I am proud to be a part of this. Absolutely proud. I've sat in boardrooms with plenty people before. And these gentlemen are the real deal. But as I tell you, let me get back to my story. I start to look, I realize, okay, it's a business. Because why? Everyone needs to supply themselves with 3 buckets. An expense bucket, because we all have expenses. A security bucket, because if it is you lose your job today or tomorrow, you lose it. What is your position? As many people who end up on the breadline. Do you have a salary? Or you have something that you can put aside for a month or 2 months that could rally you? Most of us, as we lose the job, we have to pack up quick and move out of where we are. CashFX could solve that. What about the next thing? Your growth bucket. We all have future plans. Where are you getting your money for these future plans? Are you continuously going to work for money for the rest of your life? Or join an organization like this where you can learn to have money work for you? My friends, this program is the first and only program I see that you are allowed to compound your money. What does that mean? That is the only way to wealth creation. Where you see what I do with, I take a 10,000 and put that on top of that and my interest increased by double fold. That is compounding. And I can't go into all the nitty-gritty explanation because I mightn't be as intelligent as these guys here in explaining the whole thing about the finance. But I want to leave you with this in conclusion. You can imagine you didn't take part in this. What's going to happen when 30, 40 years from now, when this whole revolution takes place and all who have and have not because they didn't take part in the crypto revolution settle, and your family watching at your gravestone and your epitaph, what would they be saying? Would they be watching at it and singing praises and bringing flowers and cleaning it and saying, Granny, great grand, they had the vision, they understood it, they gave us an opportunity? Or are they going to be sitting on that grave saying, why? Why you couldn't take that chance? It's $300 a month. You couldn't take the chance. And I know it might sound all funny, you know, but the reality of it is this. Your future, the opportunities of your goals and aspiration, it all bundled up in this, brothers and sisters. If there's any time for you to take hold, take that fear out of you, because some of you, you're already feeling a knee-jerk reaction of fear. That's the system that wants to keep you where you are. Trust me, that is what that is. Shake yourself out of that and purchase a CashFX package today. Trust me, it will be the best decision you ever make in your entire life. I can guarantee that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Drum rolls, friends. You now heard from Mr. Monroe. Very passionate in his delivery. And let me tell you this, everything that he said is relevant, not just for the average businessman, but the average person onlooking. Right? My brother, thanks a lot for your contribution. Thanks a lot for your presence.
My pleasure.
And as you can see, we are brothers from other mothers. Right? To my right here, we have somebody I consider to be my father in finance. And I'll tell you why he's my father in finance. The amount of information, the golden nuggets that this individual bestowed upon me within the last year of interaction, insane. And let me tell you a bit about his past in operating in finance. I mean, he has operated at the highest level in finance, not locally, regionally. Regionally, friends. We're talking about being one of the senior consultants at one of the largest banks in the region. Senior consultant in one of the largest banks in the region. But not just that, senior consultant at an insurance group, one of the larger insurance groups, not in Trinidad, but the region. Additional to that, he has also been able to play a massive role at the Academy of Insurance as a senior lecturer, Trinidad and Tobago. Now there's a reason I'm telling you all that, right? Because every single thing that's going to come from this individual, I am telling you, is going to create the synergy and the melting pot behind the information we have already shared, but it's going to be tying in to a finance perspective, not from the middle of finance perspective, but from at the highest level of finance regionally. Yeah? And of course, even in local business, I would like to tell you it's business, but I won't. It's urgent to tell you the kind of money he was able to create as a businessman, separate and apart from consulting at those high level of finance. But it's obvious in the millions, right? So without further ado, let me step out the way of greatness. Let me step out the way of the godfather of finance, Mr. Eustace Sprocket Warner. Mr. Warner.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Vane, Mr. White, Mr. Monroe, Mr. Lazar. Change. The only constant. We are faced, and we have been faced recently, and when I say recently, I mean past couple of decades, with rapid change with how the world does business. What caused that change? The advent of the internet, the advent of computers, the advent of digitization. Now, that facilitated ease of movement more than anything else. Ease of movement. We had walls that were erected, not by us. We met the walls there, and those walls would have been distance. We're talking about with geography. Those walls would have been there created by political entities, so not necessarily geographic, but walls nonetheless, obstacles, hurdles, things that one would have had to get over in order to do business, in order to succeed, in order to get information, in order to communicate. All those things have changed significantly over the past 2 decades. Now, I know there are people that can't talk 2 decades and 3 decades, but I can, because I was exposed to the digital world from the very start. So I had my first computer in 1979. It was a little computer called a Timex Sinclair. You had to write the program for the computer, and the screen would have been your television. And then from then, we moved on. We had like Macintosh and stuff in 80, and I have most of those computers still. I have them in my possession. That's like 40 odd years of technology and the changes that took place. I remember days when we had the internet. You had a dial-up modem. This was really fun. You had stuff. It wasn't like one of these entities bringing internet to your home. You had to take a telephone, and with some contraption you have your modem, and you'll make a beep 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 sound, and you would wait for about 1 hour for one word to go through. But it's not like that now. And what does that mean for us? It means opportunity. What has it created? It has created the opportunity for us to deal across borders, to deal seamlessly with a lot of issues. But opportunities, we don't all grasp opportunities. Sometimes we see opportunities as negative challenges because we are unfamiliar, totally unfamiliar with the territory, with the arena, with the sphere of activity. We don't need to be afraid of stuff. Hear what we have available to us now. We have available the opportunity for you to sit at home. And I will talk about home being Trinidad and Tobago. And we can sit at home in Trinidad and Tobago and earn USD. Now that is something that was reserved only for our large oil and gas companies. They were the net earners of USD. That's no longer so. We earn USD sitting at home. And what's fantastic about that? Whilst we are watching our local television stations, TTT, CNC3 and the like, we earn in US dollars. We don't even have to be watching CNN, NBC and ABC. Now, is this linked to just one opportunity? No. There are several opportunities. I endorse only one because that's the one I know about. And in so doing, now, Mr. Vade said he didn't want to talk my business. I have been involved as owner of multi-million-dollar companies. I have operated at the highest levels of finance, business, quite apart from what I just mentioned. Big money. Big money. And I have never been as comfortable as I am now in this space. Never. I smile every day. I remember in one of my businesses, I would age about 8 to 10 years every year. I'm telling you, I would just get old because of the amount of stress involved in running a business, especially a multi-million-dollar business. A lot of people, I hear them and they say, I want to get my business, yes, and I smile to myself because I know that this is disaster waiting to happen, because the success that you are going to reap comes at a price, a serious price to your development as a person, to the development of your family, to the development of the friendships and the relationships that you have. It comes at a price. Not everyone is willing to pay that price. I don't know of a lot of people that can work 18, 20 and 22 hours every day like I did. Yeah, they will see success, or what they perceive to be success, financial success, which is not really all of that. But they don't know what it takes. They don't quite understand the cost of doing that. So now, what I appreciate more than anything else is passive income, where I don't have to be working for the money I am earning. Let me make this statement to you, and it's the first time I'm making it. Unless you are making more money whilst you are sleeping than you can spend when you are waking, you know it. I repeat, unless you are making more money whilst you are sleeping than you can spend whilst you are waking, you're not into any money. So I hear people talk about, I have money. What money you have? You have no money. So you have 1 million and 2 million, and that's no money. You could spend that in a day. When you're into money, real money, you know it, because what you made in the night, if you sleep in the night, but whatever you make whilst you're sleeping, resting, you can't spend it. It's too much. Then you know you're on the right pathway. I have said to persons recently on some of our calls, this product of which we speak, Cash FX, this product, and unlike a lot of my associates, they know some aspects of the product. I know nearly all parts of the product because I am a full-time trader. Not just on the Forex market, but I'm a full-time trader. So I know that aspect of it. I know the financial aspect of it. How they do what they do with the money. And it's easy for me to see that all the millions that I might have earned during my lifetime adds to naught when compared with this particular product. It adds to naught. I look forward every day. I look forward. Listen, I handle stuff and I laugh handling the stuff because I know fully well what money is, and I know it from a different level. I mean, I don't have a monopoly on financial knowledge, nor do I have a monopoly on any knowledge for that matter. I am just lucky to know a little. But the little that I know that this product, I mean, I came from an industry where we taught eradication of poverty. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Eradication of poverty. With what? With what? If you're going to do something, you must at least have a tool to do it, to execute what you want to do. What you're going to eradicate poverty with what? There is nothing. Absolutely nothing I have seen in my life, and I have done a lot of things that could generate money like this product. And even those that can do it will require so much effort. Like me working 18, 20, 22 hours a day. So much effort to bring it about that when you in fact have it, you can't even enjoy it. You can't even enjoy it. Not so with this product. With this product, when you in fact get money, that money will run forever. I have been involved in product development, financial product development. I have also designed and developed financial products. Hear this, all financial products, all would have an expiry date. Some of them should really have a best if used by date. This product has an option that bypasses any expiry date. In other words, it is a legacy product. It is capable to outlive, it certainly can outlive me and anyone else on the call, because you have an option for this product to keep going on and going on and going on like the proverbial rabbit. This is the real deal. No one can pay me. No one can pay me to endorse anything that I don't see benefits in, not for me, but for others. Because I don't have to endorse it for myself. I will have to endorse the product for others. And this is the only product to date, that I will publicly align my image and my brand with. This is real. The eradication of poverty is actually possible. Real possible with this product. The thing is, we know that poverty is $1 trillion business. We know that people have vested interests in keeping others poor. But you don't have to remain poor, because you don't have to be passing over opportunities repeatedly, which is really what poor means. You have an opportunity now where you can take what is being offered and do for yourself instead of depending on others to do for you. You might not be able to do what you wish, but the old people in our midst would always say, drip, drip is full bucket. You start where you are. You start with what you can do. And I can assure you the results would be significant. In this era of digitization, what we need is for every household, as was said earlier, every household to have some means, some way of getting or earning money whilst they are sleeping. If you're earning money only when you're waking, poverty would be your companion forever. With that, I would like to turn the session back over to Mr. Vane.
Yes, sir. Friends, family members, of course, that information impacted me listening to it. And trust me, I've heard him speak many times. So I know for you all who are hearing him for the first time, that should have definitely shifted something inside yourself to actually take action as soon as. This is the type of mentorship that you're going to be having access to through this network. And as he rightfully said, our job for those of you who have that objective of actually making real money is to make a lot of money while you're sleeping, to the point that you cannot spend while you're waking. Mr. Warner, I thank you for that. And I'm going to operate in that vein of thought from today. So, friends, on to the grand finale. I know you all have been hearing about the Grand Master of Network Marketing for the past year. Of course, every single time we did a Zoom presentation, which normally would happen night after night after night, you're always here. I got involved only because of who brought the opportunity to me. Many persons have asked Mr. Vane, if someone else brought the opportunity to you, would you have started without taking a look at the product? And you all got the answer. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I got involved because of the level of integrity and leadership / humility that Mr. Hoyt has displayed by his life. His life is an example, in my opinion. This is the person that really gave me that break about 4 years ago, when we now started, connecting in the industry of network marketing. And yes, I consider myself to be a monster out there building, grinding, and sharing the concepts of network marketing. But this individual, he is Godfather to me in this space. And I mean, I thank him publicly for allowing me into his space and then allowing me to access the type of information that he trickled down to me being around. And of course, as I've highlighted, he was able to build massive organizations, not just locally, but globally. And as a result of that and his connects, friends, this is why we have had the opportunity to be a success in this venture, Cash Forex Group. All thanks to Mr. Stanley Hoyt. I mean, he has had over 30 years of experience in this space. And in my humble opinion, he is one of the top researchers in the Caribbean space in this industry. If not the top leader, in my humble opinion. You may hold another, but I'm publicly telling you mine. So with that said, I'm going to put you on to the Godfather, the person that ushered me into this level of success. And I thank him publicly for ushering the organization to this level. So you have been hearing about him. It's now time to hear from him. Mr. Hoyt, let's hear from you, sir.
Oh my goodness. OMG, that's all I can say. I feel I can just
say thank you and get out of the room. So much wonderful information has been shared with us today. I am really overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed. If you are not, then you probably need to have an autopsy done on you to find out what you died from. Because if you're not excited by now, you are dead. You just have to find out what killed you. Now, folks, listen. A lot of wonderful things have been said by these gentlemen. I think it's one of the finest group of people that have been assembled on any project anywhere in this country. I say that. We are going somewhere. It's just over a year ago that CashFX came to Trinidad, and we got it hot off the press. And over my years of involvement in this space of network marketing, online entrepreneurship, etc., I have had the privilege of connecting with folks all over the world who have massive contacts with different company owners. But there is one man in particular that all major marketers across the globe have tremendous respect for. That man do not get involved in any company. He doesn't endorse any, he doesn't participate, none of that. But what he does, and what he has been doing, his company has been doing over the years, was providing the tools and traffic and all the things that all the biggest online entrepreneurs would need to build their brand. See, all of them, they know him and they respect him tremendously, but he touches nothing. Everything comes to him, and he supplies all the tools and resources and traffic for all these fans opportunity that comes along. But this man, when he got involved in CashFX, everybody in the industry who were major leaders, they sat up and they were curious, they were excited. They said, this is crazy. Something major has to be happening here. Without that man's involvement, just the same way Keyshawn Vane may have passed this on, because I was not looking for anything in the digital currency field, period. Because a whole lot of stuff came up, and they were bogus. They were like $3 bills. They came up, they lasted 3 months, and then they disappeared with $1 billion. And I wanted no part of it. So I wasn't even interested in looking. But when Ron Pope's name was associated with the brand of CashFX, we took notice, investigated, and what we had done is we got involved, head first. All the bells and whistles, everything validated. And what we have now is the result of some of the finest individuals who would have formed the administration of CashFX coming together. And a lot of the sentiments that have been expressed at this table today were actually the reasons why the company was formed. The vision of the owners of the company was to make flow of income become available to anyone, anywhere on planet Earth who had the desire to improve the quality of their life. These men, they did not start off life with any silver spoon or any spoon at all, because with spoon it has associated with food. So they started hungry. No spoon, silver, brass, no spoon. And they knew what it was, what it felt like to not have the standard of living that they believed that they deserved. And as a result of that, they experienced some success based on their ambition and the drive. And the digital currency actually provided a lot of that for them. So in the news recently, I think it was last week, there was this guy who sold 55,000 Bitcoins in 2012 at $30 for one.
Wow.
He is weeping and wailing and gnashing his teeth now, right now, because Bitcoin, the same Bitcoin that he sold for $30 12 years ago, it is now close to $30,000. It might very well be $30,000 by the end of this week coming in. I want you to try to quantify the amount of money that you would have lost from selling 55,000 Bitcoins at $30. There are some folks kept their Bitcoins and saw that it went up dramatically. So the owners of this company, they actually participated in that space. They were able to make millions, and I am very, very, very suspicious that the owner of the company is actually a billionaire. I'm saying that because he had a huge amount of bitcoins that he had hold. It went up dramatically in value, and he is now into banking and a whole bunch of other industries in Panama and elsewhere in Latin America. And he formed Cash FX to actually give back. I'm not saying that he's not also building his fortune bigger than it was. It comes. You help others, and you will be helping yourself. So, and I am very, very grateful that they actually made this very solid opportunity available to us. But I want to say this. I did not born with any spoon either. I knew what, and I still know what poverty feels like. But no one can blame me for being born into poverty. And if you were born into poverty, it is not your fault. Wherever you are today, it's not your fault if you were born in that way. But you're going to have to take responsibility if you die in poverty. You would need to write an apology to your beneficiaries. If you are listening here tonight or today, and you do not take action on the information that is being provided here, free of charge, you might have to write an apology to your beneficiary as to why you did not get involved in this space. You don't have to think about it too much. Bitcoin is projected to go to up to $500,000 for one. Don't think that it is too expensive now at 23. I hear my colleagues here on the table talking about the glory of earning US dollars. But to me, what is much more glorious than earning US dollars is actually earning Bitcoin. So you don't have to buy that thing called Bitcoin. It says $23,000 for one, and you can buy that, and you don't have to buy it. You earn it every day in cash FX. And then, if you want to convert it into the failing and failing fiat currency, you can easily like that. We'll explain all of that to you. But what you have here is actually an opportunity to earn copious amount of Bitcoin. I got that word from General Warner here. Copious. You love to use that word. Copious amount of Bitcoin that is projected to go all the way up. So it's not anything for you to be afraid of if you do not know anything about the industry. You don't know anything about Bitcoin. You don't know how to get it. You don't have to come as poor and as miserable and as wretched and as naked as you might be. We have all the help that you need here to take you to where you want to be, not to where we want to carry you. Because poverty cannot be eradicated and will not be eradicated, because in most cases, poverty is by choice. Because you can choose not to participate. I don't want to be rich. I've heard people say that. I don't want to be rich. I say you love your parents, you love your siblings, you love your children, and you don't want to be rich. So if one of them get a heart attack now and they survive, and you don't have $250,000 to show them that you love them enough to supply them with a bypass, you don't want to get rich. Think about it. Folks, my desire, and what I've been working towards for most of my adult life, was firstly to lift myself out of the circumstance in which I was born. That is the financial situation. And when I had become properly satisfied that I understood what is required, my desire was to make it available for as much folks as I can. And in so doing, my goal, my objective, is to help anyone in Trinidad and Tobago to generate a stream of income generated from an online source into their home. Every household in Trinidad needs to have at least one. Why? We talk about recession, inflation, stagflation. There has never been an online recession. There will never be a recession online. If your income is generated from an online source, you do not ever have to worry about recession or inflation. Whatever the price of goods and services in Trinidad is, does not bother members of Cash FX, because our income is not generated from Trinidad. It is generated from the largest industry on planet Earth. It's the Forex industry. You could fish, your ambition could be big into the billions, and you're in the right place. You have too much money there to be made. You cannot exhaust it. You cannot. Now, the doors of Cash FX are still open today, but it's not going to be open for membership indefinitely. I'm going to repeat that. From the very beginning, it was announced that Cash FX at some point in time is going to close its doors to membership. Because it's not about just numbers. It's about being able to manage it properly and not water it down. So, if you're hearing this tonight or today, the time to take action is yesterday. Yesterday. So folks, it is as simple as this. We know and understand for obvious reason why civilization throughout history has sprung up around running water that is clean and able to drink and cook. Because water obviously is essential to life. So if a settlement had to be developed, it would normally and naturally be developed around the availability of running water. Somebody, one day, and this is how they would have actually secured their water. They get up every day, go all the way down to the stream, fill their vessels, take it back to their house, and they consume that water. And they will go back and fill it, bring it back to their house, and consume that water. And they will repeat that process until somebody who was lazy enough said, instead of going down there and filling this water and bringing it back up and consuming it, why we don't just run a pipeline from the water source straight into the house? So, the question would be obviously, where's our pipeline? But we know what a pipeline is today. Something that had to be engineered is so common today. Everybody have water in their house. Sometimes the pipe doesn't have water in it. That is not my fault. What's that? Listen, but you guys understand what I'm saying. That commodity is essential to life, and we consume it. My message to you today is that we do the same thing, not with water. Because there is a commodity that is essential to life that we do the same thing with today. You. I used to do it. You're doing it. You get up every morning and you jump in your vehicle or whatever form of transport and you go all the way down to wherever that job site is, traffic, etc. And you get that commodity and you bring it back home and you consume it. So you had to go back down for that precious commodity. I'm not talking about water here. There's something that is more essential than water today. It's called money. It's right up there close to oxygen. You see what? Why no water? Because if you don't have the money to pay for your water, they will turn it off. Correct. So money is essential. And as obvious as it should have been, that it was easier to pull a line straight into your household for that precious commodity, it is going to be just as common today in the near future. Instead of having to trot all the way down to Port of Spain and back every day, you pull a stream of that precious commodity straight into your household via the internet. Via the internet. Where you can go in your underwear, if you please, and open your account and have access to your money. I tell people I go to work every day in my underwear. Deliberately. Not that I tell them deliberately, but I go to my office every day in my underwear. Because I can. Can you? Can you? And the money's there. The money's there. That is what I want to do for you. For you watching here, this is what we want to do for you. We want to be able to establish that stream of income that transcends COVID and any other natural disaster that might take place in any locality. If a hurricane destroyed Bermuda, is Bermuda? Dominica? Destroyed. And while that was happening, I was telling the folks and warning them. If you was there living in Dominica at the time when it was destroyed, and you could get raft, and you was in cash effect, you paddle to the next island and find internet and you're back in business. Back in business. There's no recession online. If you're experiencing lack after this call, it is going to be like choice. Like choice. But today, we brought good news to you in the midst of the pandemic. They have an additional lockdown taking place in England now because it's in COVID, gone crazy, and people panicking. But we bring good news for you today. That even in the midst of that, we don't have any control over that, but we have control over what we do here. And my colleagues, Sion, incredible young man, Mr. Monroe, man, this team here, Keyshawn Vane, humble, ambitious youth man. If you have kids, if you have children, if you have young people, you need to get them on Keenan's or Keyshawn's team because the type of mentorship that they're going to get there. Don't wait for YTC to try to mold your children. It's an all-round development. It's not just about money, folks. It is about personal development. It's about financial intelligence. It's about being able to plan and structure your life. It's about helping you to even manage your emotions. We have health and wellness inside of that space. All the talent, all the resources from Mr. Warner, from Mr. Keenan, from Monroe. And of course, we're not going to be discounting all the other extraordinary members that we have here. So what we see here is just a small part of what Cash FX is. But what this here is about leadership. Jump into the front, taking the initiative. This is not even about me. This is about the gentleman at the table wanting to do something. So this is the beginning of Cash FX presence officially in Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, over the year we was able to generate a membership of over 5,000 people. And we have people all over the Caribbean, Ghana, we have people in England, United States, Canada, and they're part of our group. So all the guys from outside of Trinidad and Tobago, a big shout out to you guys. Thank you for participating here today. I want to take this opportunity to say thanks to everyone in Cash FX, all the people who believe and all the people who continue to work hard and share. A lot of hard work went in over the years to bring us to where we are today. And I thank you. We have an extraordinary year ahead of us. We're going to do much greater things than we have been able to accomplish so far. And as I hand over back to my dear friend, brother, uncle, and yeah, he's a big man in the dance. Man. Thank you, guys.
Yes, friends, of course, you just learned from the Grandmaster. You see why he's at the helm of this movement. Most of the information you hear from me comes most times directly from him. At this point in time, of course, we have some other team members that's tuning in from different parts of Trinidad and Tobago. And with that said, we're going to tune in to the team from Tobago. I know Mr. Brooks is live on Zoom. Mr. Brooks, I'm not certain if you're hearing us. Please validate that you can hear what's going on your end. We have Lindell Brooks from Tobago. My brother, talk to us. Are you there?
Awesome.
Mr. Brooks?
Yes.
To be a part of this foundation to be encouraged to be a character free. Alright guys, so the total is for down, let's see. 3, 4,
Awesome.
Yes, brother. Thanks a lot for that, and the team. I'm seeing a face over there that should be in Trinidad, Mr. Baker. What are you doing in Tobago? My friends. Yes, sir. All right, we have another team leader here that's going to tune in from Vigo Martin. We have Candy Dervatile and Keena Bartholomew. I know you all are listening right now. I think Rhea Belgrave is also there. Miss Leah Moses. I know you all are there together in the West. Feel free to tune in at this point in time.
Hey!
Cash your votes!
We are so excited for guys. Listen, I feel like I'm like listen, guys. Really excited about the level of transparency. We really have guys who leadership is very close to the Bible organization. And not just because let's say people know that thousands of persons in Trinidad that having tremendous success with Cash Forex Group CFX. We're so proud to win brand guys, and we're telling you. We are taking this to the masses, not just in Trinidad, the wider Caribbean, and we literally looking to touch you with this. And we're so excited. Of course, you guys are doing a tremendous job, and we're looking for just amazing things to happen in the next couple of months that is coming from this event. Just want to continue to thank you guys for really putting together this initiative. And yeah, it's all love, Cash FX. We're doing this, we're all in 1,000%, guys. And here with the team here, and of course everyone is making hands-free money, guys. Everyone is making money. So peace out.
Yes, my brother. Thanks a lot, team. We have another brother from Tunapuna, of course, we're Trinidad and Tobago, and we keep it real. We must have a Rasta man represented. So we have a guy by the name of I Cannot Ward. I know brother here right now with the team in Tunapuna. So happy to have you a part of the organization. Feel free to touch base with us. Yes, brother, talk to us.
Good day. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Right, nice. So we're here in Tunapuna, and I just want to big up Anderson Matura, who is my team leader. I met Anderson 5 years ago, and I'm just vexed for one reason. He took so long to bring this to me. He took what 6 months to bring this to me. I just want to thank him. If you ever seen Anderson speak, he always speaks with positivity and love, and just to reach out to families and touch family souls. All right, so that's what we hear about. We are making money, and we are also reaching out, touching people, touching families and lives overseas and in Trinidad and Tobago. All right, so just want to give a big shout out to the team. Kishon, thanks for the training every single Sunday. Anderson, thanks for the training every single Sunday. Because of Anderson, I was able to upgrade twice in 2 months. All right, twice in 2 months. That is great. But yeah, just thanks for the.
And because of that too, we don't want to be in any susu. no flowers. We go and have a nice Christmas. And just as I say, really thankful for the opportunity to meet Mr. Anderson Mutheran, Mr. Kishon Vane, and they have opened our eyes since September to now about being financially free and taking charge of your life. And you like you was saying in the presentation, you don't have to stay poor, and is something that you can change, and you just have to be willing to make the change and get started today.
Correct. There's a saying, if your salary is your only source of income, you're one step away from poverty. All right. And with that said, I'll just pass on the call.
The guy who made the symbol of practical. Yeah, he lived through the past 12 months and he exemplified how practical this is for everyone. The average person to generate over 7 figures. I'm telling you, I'm a partner business. Over 7 figures. Mr. Lazar, back to you, sir.
Trinidad and Tobago, what CashFX did for us, and this is something additional to the business and opportunity that you heard about from these distinguished gentlemen here, is they drop copy trade. I signed up for copy trade yesterday or the day before, and I saw money being made on that platform as well. So people, when it comes to, let's call it transparency, let's call it viewability, let's call it, you can't get any better than this, because I'm earning in CashFX many different streams of income, and then they drop copy trade. This I'm saying this because I was told, because I'm a man on the ground, I was told by a lot of people, hey, them in trading, boy, is when people sign up, that is how they get any money. Yes, copy trade now. I'm done with that. Right? I'm done with that. That's the end of that. What I want to do now is introduce some of the people that put in a lot of work for 2020, and their work is rewarded by giving them a rank. These people that I'm going to bring onto the call now did over 50,000 USD worth in business. They built an organization below them. They activated what you call bull capital. This is something that a lot of people scoff at. They're shirt people and shit. You are rewarded for it. And as I told you all in the beginning of my speech, the difference with this is that I'm not selling toothpaste. They are not selling, I'm not going to call any products again. But they are selling an opportunity to help other people do well. Other people get through this madness. There are people that are going to give you testimonials here to the amount of, hey, I lost my job, I left my job, I wasn't doing that well in my job, and CashFX supplemented. I am surviving off of CashFX. So without further ado, I want to bring on these executives, and I think we're starting with Mr. Salem Mohammed. Salem?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. Are you guys hearing me? All right, all right. I hope everyone is hearing and seeing me properly. Salem Mohammed here. I just want to keep it short. A lot of people would have spoken tonight already, and the information is already golden, right? Just to marinate the information a little bit, I joined the organization 13 months ago with the introduction from Sion Lazar. 12 months after that, November 30th, I was dismissed from my job. Thankfully, for this organization right now, I am not job hunting, and I don't think I'll be job hunting anytime, right? It is tested, proven over and over again. All right, everyone, take the information that was given here today and do something with it. 2021 is right there, and it's financial success, it's online success, it's success for everyone. It's right there. Let's grab it and take it. Again, this business is worth everything. It's worth everything. It has transformed my life in terms of mentally and how I look at money now. All right. Thank you, everyone. I will now pass you on to another speaker. All right. Take care.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Trisha. I joined CashFX on the 19th of November, 2019, and I achieved the rank of executive on the 23rd of September, 2020. CashFX made it easy for me to pay my bills during the quarantine period since I was not generating any income from my regular job. I chose to activate the bulk capital side of the business in order to earn the maximum amount of money that I can earn from CashFX, and to also share the opportunity with my friends and family so they too can benefit from this awesome company. I, Trisha Assam, fully endorse CashFX. So we're bringing on Salma Najir.
Hi guys, good afternoon. Salma Najir here. And guys, I joined CashFX in November 2019. I was able to achieve the rank of executive in September 2020. I decided to pursue bulk capital because, guys, I saw this as an opportunity, as something of value. I saw how it was working for me. And as Sion mentioned, back in the earlies when I started, being very skeptical, seeing how it worked, it only made sense to reallocate funds and then to share this opportunity. But as Sion mentioned, copy trade is here, so there's no need for skepticism. There's no need for doubt. We have all heard from the speakers. Guys, this is an amazing opportunity. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna bring on the next speaker, Mr. Daryl Morgan.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Daryl Morgan. I joined CashFX in the middle of November last year, right? And in the middle of November this year, I was able to earn the rank of executive. So this past year has been wonderful for me, right? I also left my job simply because I wanted to be fully involved in business. And CashFX itself is a business that makes sense, makes more than sense. So I fully endorse it, right? The reason why I chose to go after the bulk capital, because I see what it can do for me and what it can do for everyone else, right? So I advise everyone, don't stick. This is real and everyone needs this, right? So I'll bring on the next speaker.
I'm a networker doing this opportunity more or less 15 to 16 years and try different things like products, networking, stuff. Keon Vane is one of the persons that I've known working on top stages, collecting medals and stuff like that, right? However, those things don't really stay long because new products always comes into the country or worldwide and stuff like that. So an opportunity like this for me, the cryptocurrency, digital currency market is something new to me. And Keisha Vane called me personally and said, showing us something exciting for you. And it's like I said, boy, next one, boy. And at the end of the day, I respect him. I respect what he stands for, and I give him a hearing. All right. I'm an executive, as I said, actually 6 months into the opportunity, a year and 2 months. And I would like to recognize Ms. Sharon Paris. She's my superstar, and she's a person that rides with me continuously. She's one of my mentors, although I always sign her up. She's one of my mentors in opportunities. I'd like to big her up, right? She does a tremendous job. And the reason for this opportunity for me, and when Keishan introduced it to me, he's very excited. He was very passionate about the opportunity. And I look forward to say, Keishan, show me this. And I really did my diligence. I said, Keishan, sign me up. I was excited. Well, I think it was a Saturday. He introduced me with a friend, Ms. Sharon Paris, together. And we was ready to roll. We already have names that we want to bring to the opportunity. And we saw it as a brand because, as I said, experience. I know what is good company, a good product. And when I saw CashFX through the presentation by Keishan, I saw there's no tweaking of the information, no tweaking of the compensation plan. It was on pre-launch stage. Nothing has changed when it actually launched. Everything was as it is. What you see is what you get. Transparency, longevity, legacy brand, and it's still going in phases where they're promoting other products that come soon. Example, copy trading and so forth, right? And I like to share the opportunity to people, especially people who more or less never did networking before, who never say, oh gosh, boy, scam, pressure, not me and all that. This one actually came in a time that everybody could get involved, whether it's passive side or networking side. All right, I don't want to say too much. I'm excited. I will see you all at the top. Bless.
My name is Mutheran. I'm one of the executives in the company. Now, when I started this company, I came in with the mission of solely earning passively. And it wasn't until recently that I started promoting the company, putting a face to the brand. And the reason why I was able to do this is because, one, as the membership of CFX Group, the staff group, as the transparency and the integrity became more apparent, my confidence grew. Now the payments kept coming in and updates kept rolling in. And all of these little things solidify my belief and my confidence in CFX. And now I would like to urge every single one of you all that are viewing this presentation right now to jump on this vehicle, because this vehicle allows the average person to earn an average income. So everyone that's viewing this, don't waste time. Get back to the person that brought you onto this call and ask for a contract. Now I'd like to pass on to Mr. Anderson, who will be the next speaker.
Blessings, everyone. My name is Anderson Mutheran from the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago, and I have been a part of CFX in the beginning of 2020. 5 months into the program, I have achieved the rank of executive. The reason why I decided to promote and share this opportunity because of during COVID, I was able to provide and pay my bills for my family. Guys, listen. Success is how many personal lives are better because of you and you live. And because of those mentorship that I've been able to get through Mr. Vane, we have now been able to touch the lives of thousands of persons all over Trinidad just by sharing the opportunity. Guys, don't waste time. This could be your chance to get 2021 into a bang. So I'm just going to leave you with that, guys. I'm going to introduce the next speaker, Miss Vanessa Wright.
Hi, good evening, everyone. As you would have heard, my name is Vanessa Wright. I call myself the financially privileged mom. Of course, I carry the logo of financially privileged moms and dad. And why? Because upon coming across this opportunity, I've been a networker for approximately 6+ years. And a stay-at-home mom full-time for 6+ years as well. Forex Group has done something for me that, no other company, and I know it's able to open many doorways for many other persons, many other stay-at-home mommies or daddies, because we have some of that too, right? I was even able to attain the rank of executive in the very beginning of August after starting the company last year. Well, I think it's the end of November, the beginning of December, that is. And this company has truly been able to transform just not my life, but every other life that I would have impacted through sharing the opportunity of Forex Group and the possibilities that lies within it. So I hope you all enjoy. Have a blessed day.
I am Juliana Joseph, and I'm a 1%er. I'm 1% from becoming an executive with Forex Group. I've been doing Forex since October last year. My family is very large. There are about 40 members of my family within FX now, those who were skeptical about everything as I did, but now they are seeing the cash flow. So they are coming in one by one. So I want to urge you all who are looking on, if you still have doubts, then we cannot help you. Just get on board anyway. Thank you. Bye.
Trinidad and Tobago. This business is not just for the people that are fully, I would say, paid. We have a person here that is impaired, that is actually building a massive organization from the deaf community. We are going to play his video here where he's going to share his testimonial to tell you how Forex Group changed his life.
My name is Mario Abbott. I was born deaf. and I grew up in the deaf community. Why did I join CashFX? Because I found it made my life much easier. I have a lot more time, and I've learned about financial education, and I don't have to stress myself. Don't stress yourself either. You could come with us, work with us, with CashFX. It'll make you better and change your life. If you want to be like me, I want all the deaf and hearing come together as one. Learn about each other. Learn about CashFX. Communicate with the deaf and hearing as one big family. We are one here in Trinidad and Tobago.
That was basically us representing the people that are impaired in Trinidad and Tobago. They are also part of building. We even have a blind person building an organization as well. What I've just identified to the people that have their full functionality of their body is that you should be doing the best you can do as well. Nothing is wrong with building. I understand the people having the reservations of network marketing because of what would have existed in the past and even now. What we are identifying is that we have something now that is actually working, something that is actually transparent, something that is actually real. I stamp my name, just like everyone else in the room, to this brand. I proudly am a member of Cash Forex Group. I wish I had the intelligence to put something like Cash Forex Group together. And probably in the future, the gentlemen on this table here, we may put something like that together. Who knows what the future holds. But I'm just here to repeat again, Cash Forex Group helped a lot of people during this period called COVID-19, 2020. To me, the year of disaster. People, a lot of companies have come up and said that they are doing what CashFX is doing. All of them have failed. Based on what I have seen during the COVID period, a lot of them, nearly all of them have failed. CashFX is still here and we are going strong. So, get back to the person that would have invited you to this wonderful call with these extinguished gentlemen and myself, and get involved. Take care, everyone. See you soon.